Hi, my name is Hannah Santoro, and I am the director of the President's Focused Learner Program here at KSU. And I have Mezzi with me. She is one of the Writing Center assistants here at KSU, helping students through the Writing Center. So before we talk a little bit more about the Writing Center, I wanted Mezzi to introduce herself to you, everyone as well. So go ahead if you don't mind sharing a little bit about you.
Yeah, my name is Mezzi Mulugeta. I am a student of the Masters of Professional Writing, or Masters of Arts in Professional Writing here at KSU. I'm a graduate TA and I work at the Writing Center, like Hannah said. I'm very passionate about writing. I went into KSU as a transfer student from UGA, went from pursuing a doctor pathway to a writing pathway, so that was a leap. And I was quite the word nerd. I would read a dictionary in high school, little Webster's Pocket Dictionary with the scarlet jacket and the white writing. And I've always liked words and learning new words. So when I first came into the Writing Center, I was seeking help for an essay. And I personally was a little bit haughty, a little bit of a prude. And I was like, nah, why should I even go in here? I know how to write. What? So, but I still wanted to go just in case, like maybe I could get a second pair of eyes on this. And it was really helpful. It was beyond my expectations, and I really enjoyed the experience. And I, at the end, wanted to become part of that experience and give that experience to others. And that's when I applied for the Writing Center. And thankfully, Rachel Grill and Mary Lou, they gave me the chance to be part of the Writing Center, and I was very grateful for that. And so here I am today, now like 2 years ongoing in the Writing Center.
That's so awesome. You actually telling your story about kind of changing your career pathway yourself. It seems that that's something that happens to a lot of us. When I was in school also, I thought I was going to do something totally different than what I'm doing. And then when I started working in advising at KSU like 10 years ago, when I was telling everybody about the advising job, they were like, well, of course you're doing that because you've been advising all of us. It was my friends. You've been advising all of us the entire time we were all in school. And it was like one of those moments where it was like, this really is a good fit, and had never really even thought of it before. So it's funny how people like change. All of a sudden you'll change, and then it's like that thing really makes sense for you after you make that change. So just to talk, So just to talk a little bit more about the Writing Center so that our students, the PFLs, will be able to kind of navigate this themselves. So what does the Writing Center do, and like ultimately how do they help KSU students?
Yeah, so the Writing Center, you step in, it's a great atmosphere. You have a whole lot of people, writing assistants there greeting you, and they check you in, they fill you in on what it is that they're going to be helping with, especially if you're a new timer. And it's like an experience where you can be helped at any stage of the writing process. So whether you have a full-on draft of your essay, say, or say you have brainstorming that you need to do, like you haven't even gotten to the writing part yet, but just the words in your mind, we can help you at any stage. So whether that's revision or writing your thesis, say, we can help you with all different parts of the writing process. So technically, we're not an editing service or anything like that. We won't do the work for you. However, we will help you do the work so that you can actually learn and become a better writer, because everybody is on that pathway of writing, like whether it's an email or a text message or a journal entry, all the way to writing an essay or, a grant proposal for like engineering, So you have to write for everything, and that's exactly what we help you with, whether it's for a career thing or just as yourself as a writer.
Awesome. Makes me want to use the Writing Center, and I work here.
Yeah, we help faculty as well, actually.
I am sure in my future that I will need help with writing something, especially with this work going on and having to talk to so many students. I'm sure at some point I will be able to use the Writing Center myself. And so what are the various ways that a student can access the Writing Center? So if a student recognizes that, or maybe they're just now like, maybe I need help with my writing, how would they go about getting assistance with the Writing Center?
Yeah, okay, so we have many different pathways. We have live appointments and online appointments. Right now we're not doing live, we're only online. But in the fall and onward, we will be completely face-to-face. Now we even have our live chat feature on our website where you can just click, and maybe you don't know how to navigate the space, how to get to scheduling an appointment. So you just ask somebody on the other side, and the other side will reply. So we can help you on that way, and help you book, especially if you're a first timer to the Writing Center, because you'll have to sign in and also create an account. They'll ask for some information, very simple, and then you can schedule your appointment. So yeah, our availability is Monday through Friday and Sunday. We don't do Saturday. And that's from 11 to 6. And in the fall onwards, we will have Monday through Thursday, 9 to 8. And then Friday and Sunday, we will have 9 to 5.
Awesome. So that'll be so great for students who maybe they predominantly take classes during the week, the work week, but there's still that help on the weekends for them. So that's going to be huge. I always tell students, like, you'd be surprised what people's times and availabilities are for things at KSU when it comes to resources.
Yeah, absolutely. We also, so we have graduate coaches, like where graduate students can come to those coaches for specific help for their graduate level needs. And WAs can help with graduates and undergraduates. So that's like our general kind of appointment. But we also have, for people with 100% online writing degrees, they can do a written response where they can just upload their work, their assignment guidelines, and their draft, again, at any stage of the writing process, and we can get back to them within 48 hours.
Wow, that's awesome. So you can't wait till the very last minute, but they can get help as long as it's got a 48-hour span of time. So you did share some availability information. So really students need to be navigating to your website, also the Writing Center website. Right. They'll have access to the Writing Center website through a D2L portal that we're creating for these students, and they're probably going to get to this video in D2L, so they can go to the other sections of D2L and get access to the website directly. Okay. And so what does like a one-on-one session look like for the student? So what should they be coming to the meeting prepared with so that they can have the most support out of the Writing Center?
So a student should come in with their work in progress, and they should also come in with their assignment guidelines so that we can fully understand the assignment and help them to the fullest. And they should also come in with a kind of idea of the goals that they want to accomplish throughout the session, so that we have maybe 2 to 3 main things that we can fully keep in mind as we go through their work. That will be the main thing, because we always want to focus on the goals. And throughout the session, we will just hit like one thing at a time, going from global to local. So like more important things would be like structure, or if it's an argumentative essay, say we look at their thesis, and if they're actually arguing the main claim throughout the entire paper. Or if it's a creative work, we can also see how their story is going along, if there's some sort of elements that maybe could be added to, like maybe foreshadow. Like it's a kind of place where you can open up to people yourself, and other people can open up to you, and you make connections that can last.
That's awesome. Yep, I'm definitely going to use the Writing Center. I need more friends. And just one more question. So with all of your inside scoop knowledge into the Writing Center, do you have any just tips that you could offer students that are considering using the Writing Center, or like when and how often maybe, or just anything that you think would help students?
Yeah, I would suggest students use the Writing Center as often as they can, like the 3 times a week. That's a great amount of availability. We limit it to that much so that other people can have a chance to actually go to the Writing Center as well. But yeah, take advantage of that. And when we go in the fall and onward, you can also sit in the Writing Center in our computer lab. You can work there. It's a great quiet writing space where you can just completely focus and zone in. You also have access in the Writing Center to a whole shelf of handbooks. If you'd like, we have MLA, APA, Chicago style. I mean, you can learn so much there. And We have handouts there as well, which we also have handouts on our website as well, on our resources. So you can have handouts on anything from commas to APA style, even organization and thesis writing, So we have all sorts of different resources that people can take advantage of. We also have free coffee, which will come back in fall. So that'll be nice. Right.
Coffee's a seller for me. So
that's our trademark.
Awesome. Yep. So if any of the PFLs are tired, they need to go set up a meeting with the Writing Center and they can get coffee that way.
Absolutely. You get the focus and the energy.
Right. Yeah. So thank you so much for all of this information. Do you have any last words or anything? But it's been so great. I feel like I've learned more. Here I have. I worked at KSU for like 9 years, and I still feel like I just learned stuff about the Writing Center. So thank you for all of that information. But any last words that you might have?
Well, yeah. To quote True Detective.
Love True Detective.
Season 1 specifically, Rust Cole said something along the lines of this. You only have a limited amount of time alive, so you can choose a limited time to be alive where you can choose something to be good at, right? So be careful of what you get good at. So I like to think of those words in terms of, we often think of like time and like, oh, I have time for this, I have time for that, or like I can just, kind of weasel some time out of that or whatnot. But we also have to be cognizant of the fact that our time is our lifetime, right? Like our life here on this world. Mm-hmm. So make the most of the time that you use, because there's so much that you can make the most of with every opportunity that comes your way. And the Writing Center is one of those opportunities. So be able to come whenever you need the help. If you feel it, like if you're feeling like you need some development on this area, but you're binging The Office for like the second time right now, like maybe you should allocate some time to something that can actually develop, So make the most of that, be cognizant of that, and develop in your life as much as you can.
I love that. Now I feel like I need to go on and like do all these incredible things instead of watching 90 Day Fiance at the end of the day, because that's a waste of time.
I mean, you can definitely take breaks, but
Yes, everybody needs a break, but if it's between watching that show you always watch and maybe trying something new like the Writing Center, you should probably go try the Writing Center.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all of this information. I know that it's going to be very helpful to some new students that we have at KSU and students who maybe they just need a little bit of a pick-me-up when it comes to using the resources that we have at KSU. We really are all here to help students and just want to make sure that they know that and that we're working together to try to do that too. So I really appreciate the time just talking with me today so that I could get this information about the Writing Center.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity.